A scrappy game of Counter-Strike, but we do get to see what the Samurai are capable of with their boot camp. They have, of course, just got themselves a brand new player and thrown the entire strat book out the window, or at least so it seems in terms of gameplay. MBK, fresh start.
Good way to pop the cherry, though, Alex, with a win.
Ooh,
Everyone
yeah.
loves a win, the first official with the... he's technically just standing in, or he's on trial right now, right? Mixwell's on trial. He's going to see if he fits with the team, if the dynamic goes, and he had some good rounds in that game just then. So far, so good, and a victory off of 2 days of practice with Mixwell just coming back from China as well. Have to keep all these things in mind. Versus an up-and-down heroic, it's not a bad start.
I think it's safe to say that it was a good decision from G2 because Mixwell was also top fragging in this game.
There you go.
So obviously a great fit.
Proof is in the pudding.
It's got to be something. But yeah, I mean, that is, jokes aside, that is awesome in terms of his confidence. First game, debut game in an official match, representing the G2 brand, and you come out swinging.
Good for confidence in himself, maybe not so much his teammates. He's just joined a star-studded lineup, right? You think of the teams this guy's been in before. When he was in Optic, it was a mismatch of players who were kind of thrown together out of obscurity. The North American roster that he was a part of, also none of those guys were stars in their own right. The players in this team of G2 should be a caliber technically above a Mixwell, but yeah, he's definitely stepping up here in the opening matchup. And I thought some of the things G2 were doing on their CT side, a little bit brazen, but I love the fact that Apex was able to do that round where he pushed down middle with Kenny S AWPing into alt mid. That's something which I think teams should do more. He was able to get all the way down, pick up 3 nice kills. Little moves like that, if they can add that to their repertoire and they can get away with it more and more, it's that G2 flair mixed with a bit more structure.
I mean, that's not always what we're referring to when you talk about CT-sided aggression, Yanko, but it is a nice kind of twist to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was really interesting, seeing the confidence in Apex to go for such a move, and also he was walking. He wasn't just like straight rushing down mid, had great patience, great timing. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, it was a pretty messy game, as you mentioned, opening the segment. And I think also another factor we need to really take into consideration is we don't know how good Mixwell's French is. Are they communicating exclusively in French? Is he communicating in English? I think it's decent, but whether it's good enough for them to be able to properly communicate in French with all 5 players, that's something that we have to wait for someone from the team to notify us.
And I know this does sound silly, but in my mind, as long as his understanding is enough for the stuff that has to come out quickly.
Sure.
As in, they're coming fast. Nice one, Alex. That basically just the basics, the stuff that has to be said in the flash of an eye. Everything else can come in their broken mix of French and English. Like in my mind, you call a timeout. Mixwell in the end, if he asks for clarification in English, like in my mind, this is going to work in terms of the language.
It's obviously going to be a growing thing, right? But when Nathan sits there and he goes, le classique, he's going to understand because that just means do a default, right?
Right.
They're going to understand. He's going to get those very basic things. You're right in terms of his communication of needing to know when or calling numbers or things like that. That's where the teething issues are probably going to come in. And especially when you get to pauses and maybe he's not able to follow the conversation and Apex and MBK are having a back and forth, and he misses something integral, right? That's potentially a problem.
I'm going to test my French here.
Here we go. Parlez-vous français?
Fast A, vite A, fast B, vite B, A, B. Yeah. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
I think it's also, a shame for Heroic, the fact that they won both pistols and still lost 16-10, especially in the second half on the CT side.
That's the only rounds from the pistol.
Yeah, we praised them, the previous week in one of their games on Inferno. Against North, they did a great job of that mid-round aggression on the CT side and so forth. But here, they couldn't get anything going despite starting off 3-0.
You saw as well that they had some of their A executes going on. I think it was the last round of the half, those when you eventually cotton onto it if you're that of G2, and MBK had a massive 4K to end that first half off. But the executes are there for Heroic minus Yugi. You think about it. When Yugi's there, they have the executes, and they also have a playmaker. Sure. Right now, there's no playmaker, and that's where we're talking about the dramas for this team. For them to still get 10 rounds, both pistols, that's 6 rounds in the bag. That means they only won 4 gun rounds after that. It's not fantastic, but it's still relatively competitive, and that's better than what I was expecting this Heroic roster to be able to do without their star AWPer.
Yeah, star AWPer, absolutely. I mean, there is credit to be given to Heroic. We've seen an awful lot of them. I don't know, it seems really unfortunate, the fact that some teams have had no, for example, with G2, not the best example, but still they knew they were going to be playing their last couple of games with Shoxy, so they got as many as they could in. Heroic.
You know what we're going to have in the next 3 weeks, Alex?
Whoa.
You're going to love this. And Henry's going to love this even more than you're going to love this. A truckload of Envious.
Oh, goodness. They're getting all of their games.
All their games over the next 3 weeks.
Okay. Well, with that to look forward to, and speak of the devil, we are going to be moving into your next map. More chaotic Counter-Strike is on the horizon. We're going to open the conversation, though, to our casters, just so we can actually get a little bit of additional conversational time, because I'm intrigued to just open the forum. This is a bit dangerous, so everyone just take your time. Maybe raise your hands.
We need the salt shaker.
Mixed Welsh French was the conversation, and I'm intrigued to know.
Do I know if he's...
No, God, no. I'm just asking, you've played Counter-Strike at a professional level.
Okay.
Of course, everyone in your team spoke English fluently.
Sure.
Do you think you could have made a team work with that kind of a second language barrier?
It depends. I've played a lot of Scandinavians, but obviously almost every Scandinavian speaks English, right?
Fluent, yeah.
It's really difficult to gauge. I would never put myself in a situation like that. I wouldn't want to put him in that situation, feeling uncomfortable.
You speak fast as hell. So.
Exactly. Right? If you're listening to me, like he would have a real rough time. Imagine I'm speaking French, you don't really speak it. You've got GCSE French in your back pocket, and you're trying to keep up. I think they're probably doing a hybrid right now. They probably do at the beginning of the rounds. They probably speak in English, so he understands it all. Then once it gets going in the thick of it, he just kind of listens to one guy and hope for the best. I'm not really sure. Maybe that's something that's going to be found out in the interviews.
I mean, that's the next question. Yeah, I'm sure that's the next question that they'll be asking. Anyway, I'll love you and leave you. Lauren, Henry, take it away.
Yeah, thank you. A fun prospect going forward. But I would like to see, because they did bring up the fact that a lot of the teams are getting their games out now. So, for example, G2 got a lot of their games with Shocks. Yeah. But Heroic have had actually a decent track record picking up 1s and 2 maps here and there. So, I mean, I'm really curious if G2's record is better or worse than Heroic's when they had these kind of like lineup changes. I'm sure Chad will be on that. He's a big fan of doing research, stats. He's watching the game. He's all about it. It's Overpass. Heroic on the CT side, G2 on the T side. Chad, get on your Excel spreadsheet.
Well, he'll be delving into that and working out the numbers, crunching them down and seeing what he can come up with. We'll get a halftime update from him as we get into the second map. The first half, it will be a CD start for Heroic, and aggressive they go towards the playground, the party area. They've got lots of intel as to what's happening along A, but G2 are ready and waiting for it. They want them to push. They want Rubino to think, oh, I've done really well here. This is great. Look what I've got.
It's a spicy little position, though. If he holds it and waits like a second or two, it's pretty nice. He can relay the information.
Oh, God! No!
Oh, Mixwell. Oh, my God, he's found Kenny as well. That's the weirdest way that could have played out. You could see the look on each other's face. They lock eyes across the playground. I mean,
yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. MVK and Body last 2, and this is one of those topsy-turvy rounds where people are in really awkward positions. Body can catch out 1, and the blah, blah, blah. MVK's the one with the bomb, though, so that's the big point about this. Body should be able to get... I'd say should be able to get this kill towards Nico, but that's just the start of what they need to go through.
3 versus 2, still viable round for G2 here. It's a little bit up in the air. We'll see what happens at this point. S-Tag defending, he's in the open, needs to hit this headshot, and his teammate will do it for him. Snappy rotates in, and we're going to see lots of MBK USP kills coming in potentially. We'll see what happens here. He does spot 1. He is quite good at this weapon. Watch out for it. Oh, I'm not going to hit the first. That was really his opportunity to win the round there. If he gets that 1, maybe he has a chance at the second, but they know where he is. He has no time to fall back. They can rotate in, confident that he will be committing to this side of the map now. 10 seconds. If he even gets 1 here, I'll be impressed. There's the first. If he gets a second right here, right now, he's got a chance to win the round.
He sees a shadow.
So not going to happen. No bomb planted. And we'll see as to whether G2 will force up in this round. I would say almost certainly, considering on the bomb down, but what a weird round that was. Rubino gets it. You'd think the fact they waited in there for, what, 30 seconds, they'd at least check that. But apparently not. And he's like, oh, hello. Mixwell, how's it going?
That shot to Kenny was
that 1 bullet left?
I'm actually not sure. I didn't. I was getting distracted. But the one thing I've got to say about CSGO, like hosts, analysis, they're pretty dedicated, right? Like Alex right now, rather than sitting in there being distracted by the others, he's here watching the game, prepping. It's actually really nice vibe.
That's how he got to be the best host in esports. Is just down to his hands-on nature, making sure he gets every detail to allow his analysts to get the information they require. The right questions will come through.
Yeah, you're right. Speaking of getting through, Apex tried. He gave it a good go towards Modi, 24 HP left, but I mean, you're not getting much more out of that. You've still got CZs. They do have a bit of upgraded armor on MBK and Body, so that is something. It's not a lot, but it's something. And they've got Deagle on Mixwell, no armor. We'll see what they can do. You've got Snappy pretty isolated on long. I get a little bit worried that maybe he get overwhelmed, but it looks like they're all going through the toilets for now. A couple of players towards Underpass. Wondering where the end game is here.
Well, it was the force by remember. There is armor out, and G2 not without their in-game leader now. MBK has to do what he can. I haven't had much time to prepare. I'm not sure how deep on Overpass it really could have gone, to be honest. 7 maps in the pool. This one would have been decided maybe weeks ago in terms of the veto. so might not have much of a chance here. Looks like they'll be done for here, as Nico will be able to shut them down. Just one player remaining is MBK. He will try and get one constellation frag. Not going to happen. A clean sweep for Heroic here. One of their better maps. They actually played this a lot, believe it or not. We've cast them a lot on Overpass recently. So,
yeah, I'm a big fan of this for Heroic, and Nuke is my other one. Really like watching Heroic on Nuke.
Yeah.
Out of all the Danes, I'd still say they're probably one of the best there is, especially with Yugi on board. 2-0 though, good start, and in response, there is nothing purchased from G2 here. Completely clean as you like. So let's see what the plan is. Kenny's already going to catch a bit of a nade, not ideal. I think Alex is actually doing stats right now. I think maybe he's helping out Chad. That's pretty cool.
That's, yeah, it's awesome. It's really cool.
Friends.
Yeah. Glocks, no armor, no nades. And will this be enough to even dent the defense here? Snapping and hit them coming. To get the first frag. He might struggle for 2 here. There it is. Not going to get the third. But he's done enough. He's caused enough time for rotations, and it looks like the terrorists are going to be out of luck here. A high-line flower bed, and just hope there's some bad aim coming in. Certainly is delivered. And still going to be burning alive Kenny S with the bomb. And the other player, Apex on B. With
Why is he on B?
He was hoping they could maybe trade out on plant. He'll come in and save the day, clutch it out.
Grand dreams.
It doesn't look as cool if it works out like this, but, you know.
Yeah, I guess, right. Apex gonna work his way up. He does only have a Glock. He's doing the best he can. You know? He's doing the best. So, does get found in the end by S-Tag. And we will see Heroic picking
What's
up
your
the
prediction
first
for this
3.
one, Lauren? Do you feel like Heroic can still win away again? What are your thoughts?
I think this should be Heroic's game. I think, as you highlighted, they're actually quite good on this map. They're a lot more solid on this map, and we should see that playstyle come through. I doubt G2 have a lot to fall back on here. I don't know how much they've done. I think that's when you might see a bit of difference. This map takes a little bit of coordination. I say a lot of coordination. It's very hard to kind of, I guess, punish rotations and do them yourself. And you can see already Heroic really going, I guess, just going in at this point. Like,
Is that the technical term?
Like, look at Rubino. He's gone in. He's going in.
Wow.
You love to see it. Big fan. And Kenny S might kill him anyway. He doesn't. And that's the bomb down. Spins around. Perfection from Rubino.
He's been great tonight, hasn't he?
He actually has a bit of a headliner. Not exactly the name you often put towards it, but great work from him.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
He did, indeed.
But bomb down. Did I just steal your thunder there? What were you going for? Sorry.
No, it's
It's
perfect. It was fantastic.
Okay, sorry.
Honestly, I wait with bated breath for the hang cheat play-by-play.
Yeah, he just
So
waited
when
for me to jump in there.
when there's like an inkling of it, I get,
Yeah.
ooh, he's
getting ready.
He's getting ready. He's
I normally
building
only
up.
do it in the stadiums.
I know.
That's when I get excited.
Henry, I understand. You're a stadium kind of guy, right?
I am. Big leagues. Waiting till I get in the arena. You know. Oh dear, that's a blunder. Mixwell and Apex will capitalize on the mistake made by Heroic. And now it's a 3 versus 2. Snappy has to come in with the AWP. Is it going to be enough, though? I don't think it is. It seems like Heroic have handed that round over for free. Nade could do some sort of damage here. It does hit towards Mixwell, but not enough. Oh, there it is, the double team. And they managed to take down 2. And now 2 versus 1. Nico with the FAMAS. Can't do anything about it. 3-1. G2 steal it away after Heroic with a huge man advantage. Give 2 frags up for almost nothing. And it will be 3-1 after Rubino did that great work towards the top and middle.
Yes. After all of that. And it's surprising Heroic is still not, I don't want to say sloppy, but I've seen them playing great CS and we're not seeing it today. I don't know if it's that G2 style that's hard to handle. Individually, obviously, G2 are still talented. They still can play to a degree of what they've played before. This is interesting from Apex. Does that go down to toilets, maybe? I guess it does. Maybe it's timed, maybe not, but Nico is in their face, and they're almost caught out again. MBK not completely flashed, able to fight through it, and maybe they start expecting this aggression to come out from the CT side. However, Heroic have fallen off this now as they lost out on Nico. You don't want to lose out on more.
4 versus 5. MBK has been tagged up. Nico, a little bit of chaos going there towards the playground. Number 5, Heroic on the back foot. We'll have to see what's available to them here. Time ticking away. And it's up to Rubino in the bathrooms. 4 kills to his name. And we got 2 in the pistol and 2 in that big gun round. So they have been high impact kills so far. Not a ton of them, but Sonic's come in. It's S-Tag, could be caught out. As soon as he throws that, they might commit. He does hold them off. Good timing. 3 players, 4 outside B. S-Tag might be flashed over here, might want to push. Going to be the case. He's trying to listen out for some sound cues.
Yeah, and you can see where Rubino is. He's going to get information pretty soon, I can imagine. MBK was just there, but it does come down to the matter of timing. Every single player in the right place here. G2 will be starting this hit up. Mixwell the first in, and it's actually Body to get the kill with him, but you'd see the response starting to build there from Rubino, but by this point, G2 are hitting shots. They may not have that complete kind of coordination and that synergy, but they do have more than enough of this sort of play. Coming in and working off each other. That chemistry seemingly still somewhat in place. Snappy to find one, but I doubt he's going to get any more from this.
I think you might be absolutely right there. It doesn't seem like he'll be able to do much of this whatsoever. Orb in his hand, but the round out of his grasp. As we'll see the bomb go off, it looks like Body will be hunting for him. He's on the other side of the map. Snappy is looking for any sort of exit frags here. He has got 100 HP. He won't go down with the bomb or anything like that. Nor will be exiting. You probably can get that impression at this point. What's he hoping to happen here? Well, he will just be hiding in towards Graffiti. That's fine. Just making sure he avoids absolutely everyone.
Does the job.
But 2 rounds in a row for G2. Money starting to become a massive issue on the heroic side. Here's the Apex Fire. I assume he runs to the right when throwing this? No,
Here's the toilet's entrance smoke.
Yeah, looks like it.
It's quite nice, though.
Absolutely. Not bad at all.
I love little keen smokes like that. Like the run boost molly, that was great. We saw that from Hellraisers.
Yeah. I guess call that the sweaty strap, perhaps. Something like that.
Yeah, sweaty, Kino.
Yeah.
There's other words we'd use, but maybe for another time. However, for right now, aside from Snappy on the AWP, it's dire times for Heroic.
Yeah, default pistols and a 4-man stack. Are they going for some crazy booster? Oh, this is
It's
the
the
Yanders
3-man,
boost,
yeah.
isn't it?
Is it 3? I thought you have to do 3 to be able to make you not slide off.
They're cancelling it, whatever it was. It's like, you know what, I'm out.
Well,
You're off
so
the project.
I was going to say so good for G2, but they're getting a lot of information that just needs to kind of deal with it. They're taking down Snappy, so that's your danger man gone. And now it's just the zerglings around him of everyone else who just come running in. It is like the swarm.
The kill. It's getting so fast.
Yeah.
Going in.
There we go. Kenny finds the last. So, I mean, it was pretty chaotic, but G2 stabilize, keep it together, don't lose out on too many, don't lose out on much at all. And really, they just keep this going for in their direction. And if you look at it this way, Heroic did great on the pistols in the last map. It looked quite close overall, but the gun rounds did go G2's way overall.
Definitely did. And there we have it, round number 7 coming in. AK's out, AWP for Kenny. Not the same story for the Heroic boys, though. Snappy certainly lost his, and they'll be under-equipped. 5 rifles, sure, but little to no utility. They have to go aggressive. They can't allow G2 to have full control of the map. They'll try and hunt towards the connector. Pop flash from Body. Doesn't do much for him at all. He actually jumps out and commits. If he just shoulder peeked that, he would have been fine. I'm not sure why he jumped out. I guess to avoid an AWP, perhaps. But still, he'll go down all the same. 4 and 4. At least he get one in return. That's going to be Snappy to pick it up.
Oh, this could be fun. Oh, no, it's not fun. Now it's bad. Goes from fun to bad. Yeah, that should have been more than it was. That could have been a big game changer. That would cut off the rotations. And again, you can see the Heroic don't have much information in this round now. They've kind of lost track of them in the rotation area. So they don't get to gamble or risk anything with accuracy.
The problem we have with this game is, even a G2 win, we're not going to really gauge anything from them at all, are we?
No.
Because they're playing against not a mix, but a team that's been completely dismantled in terms of the sense they've lost their star AWPer. The AWPer is a very integral part of the CS team. They're not going to be playing their full setups, to be some compromises made. And even G2 win this, you're like, well, it's promising they won the game, but even with Shoxy and the kind of weird lineup, you'd expect them to win it as well.
Rubino killed S-Tag.
He did. That's not ideal. 2-on-2 still, though. He did get a kill for it. Bomb not planted. Kenny S, though, this should be a guaranteed frag. Not really much you can do about that. Body will do some damage, but now they know exactly where he is. He could even book it away if they wanted to, which they will by the looks of things. Heading towards shore. Does a lot of damage. They spotted him.
Oh.
That would have been sick if he pulled that off.
You almost feel it for a second. It's like,
Yeah.
it's Kenny S. He's done stranger things.
No scope wall bang.
Yeah, why not? MBK getting the bomb down. Down to, what, 7 seconds there? Plenty of time. And Modi, what's the game plan? He was quick on the rotation. He's not rested on his laurels, and he might be coming from a position they don't quite expect, and he is going for this one. No kit. But he's going to hear the jumping up and down, but now spotted the issues begin. They both know where he is. They can position for it. And you got to get past Kenny S. Eyes trained towards this good spam position. He did get the positioning right, but it doesn't matter. Kenny lands the shot. It's G2 maintaining, and Kenny actually digging them out of a lot of those situations then.
Yeah, he's looking better on this map. He's on 6 for 4 right now. And looking towards that B-bomb site, Rubino had to get some intel there, walks around the corner, finds the barrel of the AWP of Kenny S there, and it looks like pretty much full eco for Heroic. They do get some partially ball players, Rubino and Modi opting for the armor CZ combo. Can be quite potent, so watch out for that, but this should still be quite a smooth sailing round for the G2 boys here. As we'll get into Nico's push towards long. Remember, he's very good at the deagle. Will he be given a chance to show us how good, though? Maybe not. In between both of those players, and that's going to be an open A side for now. You can see two players waiting in towards that connector. But they'll be dealt with in due course. It will be MBK to find the first, and Snappy can't even get a trade from that. Hasn't really got the position or the weaponry to challenge it. He'll be hoping that someone carelessly runs in towards the connector as he falls back. Round pretty much done, but there is a rotation from Modi towards the A site.
Henry, would you rather have the CZ as it stands, or they put in the Source Deagle as it stood into CSGO?
What, to replace the actual Deagle?
They say like the CZ or the Deagle came in.
Oh,
like
I'd bring back the Source Deagle, absolutely. That was you got kills without honor. Like you've like that was all. If you still like if you committed to a peak, you missed the first shot, you're going down. Like it's all about the 1D. If you get 1D, you have to just tip your hat and say, fair enough, you got me. If you run on the corner, spray 2 down, like that.
Doesn't feel
very
so
honourable,
good.
does it?
Okay, so he's an honourable man, is old Henry.
Close range 1Ds were like in Swords, especially they were really hard. Like you'd struggle with that kill. Like there'd be player running past you extremely quickly, small head. Deagle all day long.
Deagle all day long. That's all right. The CS:GO devs love watching a bit of the online CS:GO. They'll be like, you know what?
He's right.
It's not a bad shout. People seem upset about these pistols. Let's get that feedback building.
Yeah, I'm not really. I think the solution for me is maybe reduce the magazines like 8 bullets would be a start, just to kind of get people used to the idea. You can't use it every single round, you know.
I don't mind the kind of like, I know it says like it's not necessarily like a one shot, but you know what I mean, like that one shot capability. I don't mind the ability it has within like 2-3 shots. But as I said, if you don't hit those, you shouldn't be allowed a full clip to spray at someone with.
I think 8 bullets would be a good middle ground, just to kind of limit the 3K potential, you know, like we saw Flusher getting, stuff like that. So
he was the original, right? He was the god.
So like that for me would be a start, at least.
Okay.
But 5-3 overall.
Again, CS:GO devs are probably very much writing down, taking notes.
I'm sure.
Big fans.
Snappy, AWP. Or they go for the double AWP setup. Suddenly an option for this squad. Would it be Modi to pick it up, though? Thinking about it, goes for the M4 instead. Round number 9 coming to the bookend now of the first half. 5-3 overall score. Kenny S on that AWP. There's the incendiary. Just have to stop and throw that. Simple. There's the same smoke towards the bathrooms. Right at the entrance to allow the default to come in. A bit of a different setup from the CT. You can see Nico dodging flashes and be baited in by Snap. He's got the AWP. He'll wait for him to take a first shot, then run around the corner potentially. Ooh, don't shoot your teammate. That could have been awkward.
Yeah, we saw that one earlier, almost in this position as well. Very, very similar stuff. Obviously, a lot of tunnel visioning, because you're allowed to. It's very much keep your eyes trained on it. And Kenny, what a shot as well. Nico gets completely demolished. Snappy now worried. He's very much alone. He has to worry about toilets. He has to worry about his back. They could be slowly pushing up. And it's Kenny creeping his way forward. Obviously, just off to his right is MBK as well. So Snappy is in a world of hurt. He gets the tag, but he can't get the kill. He gets picked up in the end. MBK is lucky to have his life. And that bomb goes down right in towards Rubino. So that's good for him, but he's going to keep going further. Kenny!
That's more like it.
Shot to the chest. You're not going to get past that one. Heart stopped, and now a 3v2 S-Tag and Modi to try and play it back in.
2-on-2. Bomb ticking, S-Tag. He'll be coming in from the connector. They have got a kit. Body, though, up close and personal, waiting by the bank. But bomb ticking away now. The CTs need to work out their play. They're hoping that S-Tag can do something with this. He'll be pushing up towards mid. Body ready and waiting. They've got HE, no Molotov. But still could come down to this push. It could be enough.
They know that they're not in toilets. They've got 2 smokes up. This could be big for Heroic. They've got to know it. And here we go. Modi just needs to not die needlessly. S-Tag going to do what he can, but time's running out. He's really down for the last couple of seconds, and well, there it is. Kenny S with a blinder of a round, hitting some big shots there up on long.
Yep, absolutely so. 6-3. S-Tag still with 7 grand to his name, but can they justify a buy here? Could be the beginning of the end if they go all in at this point. There would be enough for rifles at least, but they are going for the partial buy, it seems. 6-3 after winning the pistol, and it was all down to that really weird round from Heroic. They got the 5-on-3 to begin with, and it all fell apart. Rubino doing great work towards that fountain push, but they both peaked towards the monster at the same time. He gave up everything, but that's better. A boost, I think, from S-Tag. What happened there? Where is he? He is, oh, towards middle, so no, not
They
through
just
for the
go
top.
one by one in.
Yeah, well, there we go. That's the way to do it. Apex will get one in return. He's down to low HP, though. He needs to try and get out of here. And
Good
jump
flash.
down bravely. Yeah, flash first, and then back he goes towards B. And there is an open sight as Body watches the rotations.
Body waits for the first, spots the second. That is huge. Body now should strike, and he strikes well. 2 incredible kills for him, showing the patience is certainly on his side. And that makes it very, very awkward.
Oh.
Apex!
Olé.
It's not a shotgun, but why not use it like one? Really well played from G2. They're outclassing Heroic right now.
Yeah, that was a round where we thought, wow, okay, maybe we've done enough of this AWP, but great positioning from Body, nice and patient as well. Made sure he guaranteed the frag on the AWP, and then lovely little no-scope from Apex as well. Here's the play. He's waiting for his opportunity. As soon as he gets that first kill, there's no chance that Stack's doing anything about that. Even transferred the spray up to the top of the stairs to find any more ensuing players. 7-3, it's starting to get a little bit out of hand now. Remember, on the CT side of Overpass, this way more favoured to win rounds. Snappy will be flashed off. He's not the AWP of this squad. He's filling in the role while Yugi is MIA. So he'll be flashed off, smoked off. S-Tag trying to get intel once again towards Monster. Okay, throws the Molotov towards middle, but gets more than he bargained for. Snappy takes him down, ready and waiting. 5 versus 4. Surely this is the round they capitalise on. Spots 1. S-Tag saw the shadow, certainly. Doesn't seem to be looking right at it, but he's called for the cavalry.
It's late. Cavalry left him out to rot at this point. The support's there, but it was at the sake of his life. It leaves it in a 3v1. Kenny S, what can you do with this? Smoke goes in, looks towards upper. Snappy already so aware that's the best possibility for him. Ready and waiting, we see Hero get back on the board. Now, I mean, this could be a flash in the pan, but it certainly looks better on the scoreline. I've got to say, I actually do like the UI when it shows that who's flashed. You see how many flashes are so good as well. Like, you get so many teams being full flashed at this point. It's a nice little feature. But yeah, for Heroic, it's not a bad time as long as they can string this together.
Okay then, round number 12, 7-4. Heroic after getting up 3-0. Post their first gun round here. Rubino looking to push again. Flashes are good. You can see Sentries towards the T steps. Is it enough to find him his first pick? He can hear the footsteps. Bombs down towards that area. Rubino 9 kills, 9 deaths. 4 in hand. He's got players around him as well. Back up from Snappy at the AWP towards Party. They are just running a default at this point. Terrorist, that is. Body. Getting information. Nico just holds the top of the stairs, hoping his teammates can protect the top of mid.
And again, G2 just looks so good at these points. Like, they take over so much map control. There could have been an issue with the bomb, but that's been rectified with Nico going down. Snappy finds Body, but S-Tag quite a lot to deal with here, to say the very least. They almost line up for him, though. This is the sort of games where...
ton of damage.
Exactly. It's like, it looks like it's almost there. It looks perfect. It looks like they've recovered, and then it gets so close. But for Snappy, the problem... I was going to say problem, but this could be great. Nade goes in. It's a mix while planting.
Yeah. Well, that was a nice try. If he gets the double kill there, maybe he had a chance. But unfortunately, he might just have to save the AWP at this point. The Alva pretty much fully reset now, Lauren. So him saving the AWP is going to be absolutely everything. They'll probably be forcing around it into the next round. It will be 8-4. Likely to be 9, but you never know. The AWP does stay alive here. There's always a chance. There's S-Tag to get 1. Same story for Snappy, but they will not be winning this round. G2 bounce back. Kenny S. Pretty much everyone chiming for a frag apart from Apex. And seeing whether he can get anything done. Same play again, just towards Graffiti, I'd imagine. Push towards that position once the time runs out. There we go. It's like the pit on Inferno. Like, right next to the bomb, no one's going to be looking there after the time. Safe position, lots of hiding places, and you can see the money is wrecked. 2 players almost on nothing. That's Rubino and Nico. Modi, S-Tag not much further ahead, 2,300 apiece. So Snappy will drop 1 weapon and they'll just go all in and say, boys, we need these last few rounds, see what we can do here.
And the problem becomes as well, the money's so good for G2 at this point. You've still got 10k on Kenny S. So you're kind of screwed, no matter what you do to a degree, but they've got to get these rounds on the board. So little utility to work with, but this could be big. You want to see Snappy do well with this, get some impact done, but at this point, CT-sided aggression clearly is the name of the game, but Apex's position is very strong. Hard to work with, you can see as to why. It's hard to actually see where those bullets go in the end. Modi does make the most of it, capitalizing on it, gets a gun, runs away, scurries back towards site.
He stays alive 100 HP as well, so he does do well out of that. Actually favors the CTs considering the buys coming into this one. Has leveled the playing field somewhat. It's only Rubino onto a pistol now. 4-4. Opposite out for Snappy, but he's got Kenny S, who seems to be warming up into the series now. As we come into the final few rounds, good flashbangs. That great teamwork. You can see how that's by design. Snappy will go down. They've lost the AWP, and Rubino needs to try and make a play here.
That was really nice to see.
Yeah.
You missed
Some
that
cohesion.
small bit of synergy there. It's it feels like in the scrappier times of CS we don't get that much of it. But even now, it's good to see those glimmers. Now, Nico's going to push his way up. As you said, Rubino can be very, very vital to this depending on where they go, but he opens the door to a bit of a poor surprise. A 3v2 now begins. Nico and Modi left alive on either side.
See whether that 30 seconds will be kind to G2 here. Modi, last line of defense of B, and it's getting quite hot in there as well. Molotov lands on his feet as to sit the pillar. That is not a multi-frag position, not even a single frag position, as Modi will be taken down by the AWP. Kenny doesn't seem to be missing right now. Another round for G2. That was the 4 spy, remember, so they got the eco for the next round for round number 15. So this is not good news at all. Some positive to take away is the AK for the next one, but Nico, he'll have to pull his socks up if he's got any chance of winning the round for them single-handedly. So they'll have to be pretty much full eco. Round will be won by G2 after losing the pistol. Remember, they were down 3-0. They've put it back to a very convincing scoreline at this point, 9-4. Kenny S must be racking up the kills now.
Good to see him start hitting these shots too. It does feel like you're waiting to see Kenny get that form win. It always feels like it's not quite there, but hopefully maybe with this new roster, the new way they play, it could really fit into place. But yet to be seen. And for now, G2 looking decent enough. Heroic, as highlighted, not really having the big game here outside of the fact they got a pistol. You feel as though, considering their track record going to the second half, you actually might get them winning the pistol again, which is, it extends these series, feeling like it extends the inevitable, but it does give Heroic such a window of opportunity.
They've paused at this point. I'm not really sure why. They're not going to force around this, though. What is there to discuss, really? We're eco this time, so I guess they're just working out where they can stack somewhere. Where can Nico find the most amount of impact? They do a full-man stack of B, and he rushes long, trying to get a pick, something like that. That could be an idea. Or they could stack middle with 5 players and hope no one goes towards B. Plenty of options, I guess, as well. I'll just discuss them here and try and do anything they can with this particular round. You get 4 pauses regardless, so might as well use them. This is their first. 9-4 down. Chance for Peacemaker to come in and decide what the play is going to be.
Yeah, interesting point to pause at, but why not? You got them there. Go for it. Try and make the most of it. And the scoreline can be kind of recovered. You get those last couple of rounds. Unlikely to be the case considering the monetary situation. I'm wondering what they go for here, or what they can go for, should I say? And it's just 1 CZ. So stick around the 2K marker, excluding Nico. Obviously, you kept the AK, and on the other side, fully flush purchase for the G2 boys.
Well, there we go. Round number 14. Final few rounds of the evening as Nico will be challenging. Like he said, he wants to get that opening pick, and he'll get it. Takes down Body. They could actually make it very uncomfortable as Nico gets a second. G2
That's the bomb
losing
down
the bomb
there.
as well. Yeah, this is a disaster.
Why
So
was
that
the bomb
pause is
there?
certainly beneficial. And they'll get an AWP. 2 AKs now. This is not looking too good.
I am a little baffled by the bombs in there. I know you're going to feel confident about it. I know you should win that, but I mean, oof, 3 alive. Let's see what G2 do to dig themselves out of this situation. You can see Underpass is littered with the CT side, and they barely get to get a glimpse. Nico takes the head off of Mixwell, leaving Apex and MBK as your last 2 alive.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
It's not nice. I don't see a world where they get away with this unless one of these players just gets that, you know, the perfect spray. There's so many trade opportunities, obviously, for the CT side.
Well, here's the start of it, perhaps. Modi does
Here
go
we
down
go.
for nothing. At that point, they just had to just hold off together and like not even challenge for frags. So every opportunity they give G2, remember these players haven't got armor, so this could be really worrying for them. Apex will get the first, he'll get it, but good trade out from Nico. Looking for the ace here. Not going to get it, but he finds 4 kills. That's not bad at all. Faces towards the underpass, and he'll get the first opening kill and the second, get the bomb, lock them out of utility, finding weapons for his teammates. 9-5. That's why you take the pause, Lauren. You guess everything's possible. Waits for the shot to be fired by the AWP, then challenges out. Actually got legged up in the process then, still found 3 more kills.
Very impressive work from him. Good intuition. Great, very, very smart play. And you feel that maybe if the bomb was in different hands, they could have recovered that. But as soon as that bomb went down in Underpass,
The worst place for it, right? By the
you're
ladder.
done. Right? It's just like, well, there it is. S-Tag going to take the AWP over towards B. The bomb's yet to commit, so don't think it's going to be too quick just yet. Or maybe they're just scared of leaving it in Underpass again. I don't know. But money's still sitting with G2, so it's certainly not over just yet. But finally, some utility for the CT side to actually work with Rubino with a flash in hand. Maybe going to set up S-Tag, but he just gets tagged up. So got to be a little bit careful. You can see the pressure from short starting to find its place. That being, I can imagine, Kenny S by those sandbags, looking for anyone who might be standing out of position.
5 on 5 still. Damage inflicted towards S-Tag, even more so than Modi as Kenny S takes him out of position on the B bomb side there. It will be a full commitment from G2 now. One player on the ramp, but that's S-Tag, remember, an OHP player. Can he do anything with this? No, he has no idea. Monster's even open. This could be disastrous now. Rubino has to go huge, gives him a hug, and the smoke could be enough. It's chaotic again. He sneaks past, and they have no idea. They seem to have an inkling, at least. He could cause a lot of damage at this point, but they do re-smoke it. Snappy, keeping the round at least viable for them. Good incendiary to just cause more chaos here. It looked like such a clean round for G2, but it's all falling apart.
This scrappy CS, Henry, it's fun to watch to a degree, but it can all fall apart pretty well. Rubino does give away his position. It kind of gets negated anyway by time, but that does a Nico spot towards body. It's a little bit deeper than the usual booster. Rubino makes himself... What? How did he not get that kill? Kenny's still alive in a 2v2 retake. Nico not being subtle about it either. Position duly noted, but he wins out the fight regardless, and it's Kenny left in the 1v2. And the nade will do the job. What the hell are these rounds?
I have no idea. It was a nice... I like the boost. That was cool.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, Rubino with the horrendous spray, he'll be kind of breathing a sigh of relief at that point, knowing that they'd still win the round. Like, it wasn't too disastrous for them, but still, no one could really get going. Then they get the first 2 kills, and Rubino sneaks past the smoke, gives a big hug, and then there was this play. There was a lot of scrappy CS coming in. So this was like, oh, hello. Yeah, that's nuts. That, you know, I keep... Oh, yeah, it was his last bullet.
It was last bullet, yeah.
Okay, I wanted to check that. I did just catch that at the end. So one more bullet left in the clip. That's probably 9-6, so Lauren. It was looking like a very G2-sided game, but overall, some mistakes made, some blunders. This one especially against the 1 AK, 4 USPs. Go down with the bomb, and it all falls apart. I'm sure Kenny S was near the top. 13 for 7 for him. Mixwell, 5 and 13, not his best showing.
Body, putting up numbers.
Yeah, the very top there. 15 for Nico. What a game he had.
Oh, yeah.
Can't deny any of those frags or impact he had.
No, I think overall, Modi having a quiet day. It feels like that's just kind of a write-off for him. He had a quiet first map, and it feels like that's not changed. Smooth, Henry. Whoops. Just breaking the studio.
It's all fine. Put that over there.
Put it away. Just chill out. Yeah, Mixwell, not exactly great.
No, that's not his best ball. Like we said, though, he probably has been slotted into Shox's position or something like that. It's like, right, well, you're playing this tonight. Like, this veto was done weeks ago.
Just deal with
it.
Have
to deal with it, basically. So, yeah, I won't give them time. I'm not going to say anything just yet. No sweeping statements as at this point. There's a guarantee kill for Apex. I like that. The 9-6, I feel like G2 definitely need double digits there. They can still struggle here. CT side on Overpass is very difficult to organize and orchestrate. It's a difficult map, difficult rotations, lots of individual plays required and coordination from the other sides of the map. So I'm still thinking Heroic can do this, especially if they win the pistol. They've won all the pistols so far.
They have, and it does feel inevitable. You just give them that 3-round buffer no matter what.
And G2 are famous for losing all of their pistol rounds. So
there is that.
The immovable object versus the unstoppable force. Round number 1 of the second half. Here are the betway odds for you. Looks like G2 are heavy favourites. I think those odds are a little bit generous, aren't they?
Yeah, you could have maybe got something out of that.
Yeah.
But for now, Snappy going to do the smoke towards site. Just kind of fills up where the, I guess, plywood is. And it allows you to kind of hit all the way through. There's a smoke on the left. Mixwell gets kind of funneled into this position. He can't really do much else about it. But the thing is that Apex has found Nico in the meantime. Rubino has managed to sneak his way forward and actually finds a follow-up. I'm not sure how he got that shot towards Kenny, but he does. And the recovery mission begins for Apex. What on earth is that? Running around, gets the job done. The USPS can sometimes be beautiful, and sometimes it can look like that.
Well, there we go. All the frags count, Lauren, and the defuse comes in. G2 managed to post their first pistol of the evening on the board. Heroic have been very good so far, but double digits. Good news for G2 fans to close this one out. If they didn't win the pistol, I'd be a little bit worried for them for the reasons I mentioned before. But there it is, 10-6. Bomb down, remember, so Heroic probably going to buy up in the next. 11-6 should be guaranteed here. A couple of Deagles, they are Danish after all. Rubino and S-Tag. We're purchasing those.
They are Danish after all.
Well, I'd say I think the best Deagle nation, I would say, is Denmark.
Who's the front runners?
Dupree, probably. Nico. Vice is pretty good as well. Yeah. They're pretty solid with the Deagles.
They're solid, yeah. Okay. High flash towards long, only catching 1, doesn't slow him down, but again, Heroic are just kind of running around at this point. You've got Deagles, and that's a shot, Kenny S, and maybe you're right, maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's something in the water. Maybe I need to drink more water out here. Hydration.
It's delicious, actually. I have it from the
It's
hotel tap.
very good, yeah.
Yeah, it's super cold because it's snowing outside, and it's really delicious and crisp. Recommend.
Get into it. 3 alive for Heroic as I'm breaking the studio now. Go me. You know, it's one of the two of us. And it's all been kept in check. Here comes Apex again to the rescue.
Certainly is. It's going to be Snappy, though, who will try and do whatever he can with his Deagle. He's Danish, and we'll see whether he can pick it up. Not going to happen.
He's Danish.
That's some analysis for you, isn't it? It's
That's
like, well, he is Danish,
stuff.
so he probably does do pretty well with his Deagle. There it is.
We
That's what I
love
get paid
sweeping
for.
statements. don't we?
Apex gets the job done, yeah. 4 kills for him in total. That's to his tally.
He's having a good, like, impact-wise, he's having a nice game, Apex. Obviously, first round and now here.
Well, he avoided the chopping board. It was him and MBK that Shoxy wanted to get rid of.
Yes. I guess you have to, you know, prove your value at that point,
I
don't
think,
you?
like I said earlier, I think it's a kick up the arse for this team. Like, they have not delivered. Like, this was supposed to be the super team. Everyone was so hyped for this lineup, and it's delivered nothing. It got a couple of victories, sure, I'll give them that. But like,
But it was meant to be more. It's meant to have a
you'd expect
dynasty,
at least
right?
a couple of trophies with this amount of resources and talent available. But only winning 2 is not been amazing. They got DreamHack Tours as well. I don't really count that as a
It's not. It's
thing.
again. It's meant to be a dream team.
Right? Were you there?
Tours.
DreamHack
Yes.
Tours, yeah.
Yes, I was.
That was on the home soil, crowd surfing and everything.
Oh no, I wasn't there actually. Tell them. No, they all blend into one.
Okay.
You know, so blasé about events these days, Henry.
Yeah.
You know.
So many of them.
Yeah, but absolutely right. It was meant to be one of the big rosters. It was meant to be a FaZe, an SK, an NOP of its era. And at the very early stage of CSGO, some of these players were there.
The problem is, overall, it's just okay.
It was.
The amount of money that was pumped
average.
into this team and like all the opportunities he got and all the leagues they're in, he just expected a lot more, you know? Like, there was plenty of time to readjust. They had a year, and fair enough. They have made the move now. G2 have forced them into it. So either way, we're still talking about that. Get back into the round 11-6. Kenny S fully flashed. No AWP in his hand. This could be disastrous. Snappy comes in with the AK-47. This is looking very good now. And that's another kill for Rubino to caught the rotating Mixwell. 4 versus 2. Remember, this is the 3rd round AK purchase from Heroic and no AWP available. There will be money for the next round, especially these 2 white weapons being saved. But overall, Heroic, nice and fast towards that A side. They're still in this game.
Certainly are. Maybe there's life in them yet, Henry. Maybe they can do more than just pistols.
We'll find out.
Reasonable approach. What would it be? 11-7 very soon. What was the score on the last map? I actually can't remember. My brain is just gone here, so I mean,
it was like 16 to like 11, I think, something like
that. I do feel as though it really could end up quite similar to this. Yeah. We'll see if the money situation then lends to it for G2. If it starts to really crumble, then you can kind of feel it happening, but we will see.
11-7 now. G2 probably taking the time out of this point. Absolutely are. They did save 2 weapons, means there is a bit of spare cash. They had Kenny S on a rifle then and MP9s are out, so they can probably pull together their resources and work out what kind of approach they'll have here in the next round. It's 11-7 for those listening on the wireless. And Heroic will have the upper hand in terms of the weaponry. It will be a bit of a mishmash from G2 here.
So 16-10, obviously favourable to G2 there. I wonder if we'll see anything close to that. Obviously without the pistol it might be a little bit trickier for Heroic, but there's still, as we saw, life in them. And a bit of a short pause. You can see already the time is ticking down, so not taking too long on it. Job done apparently. I guess if you're at boot camp, it speeds up the process, everyone's paying attention, no one's on their phones, it's all... All right, let's get back into it. So the purchase comes through and, oh, it's not a pretty one.
It's not amazing, is it?
No.
MP9s, FAMASs, pistols, and a couple of M4s. So clutching at straws again for that 3-man boost again. It's a bit awkward. So Mixwell will go out. You can't really have full vision. You just sit in this corner, hope they walk past. If you get checked, though, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill, as you'll see from Rubino. I like the fact of watching him instead. Let's see if he does check it. He will. That's why I wanted to watch it from his POV. As you can see, he will check it, do a lot of damage towards Mixwell, and it will be not a 5-on-4, but pretty much as good as with Mixwell down.
But cool as well. Like for me, you know 3 players are there, so you feel as though you can see them speeding up the pace. Maybe trying to exploit the fact that people won't be in position A, they won't be aggressive over this side of things. Maybe a nice read from Heroic. Hold goes in, MBK gets caught. This is very nice from Heroic. They see that little bit of information and they springboard off the back of it. Snappy right into this. Down to 3 now for G2. And this does not look likely. I think it's already a call for a save.
I think you might be right, Lauren. Mixwell already tagged up. They can't justify going for this one. It means they will have another bite of the cherry in the next round, but overall clean round from Heroic. They're looking quite assertive on their T sides, just choosing a site, going for the default at the start, hitting their shots, and then just running away with it. Didn't really drop anything at all in that particular round. We'll see whether G2 can keep hold of the M4. The FAMAS and the Deagle. Mixwell just has to hand over the rifle to his teammate and maybe just hide in the corner, cowering.
Where do you reckon the bite of the cherry thing comes from? Like,
I actually don't know. Richard always used to say when I casted with him.
Tosspot used to say when I casted with him.
So it's those kind of guys, right?
You know.
So whenever I first heard he used to say it all the time. I thought it was just a nice little thing to say.
It's a nice phrase, but I'm really curious as to what the hell it means.
Like,
I know what it means, but I mean, like,
those,
why?
Like, idioms come from, like, literature, like old English literature. So it's probably a book that was mentioned, and then it became a saying.
Some book. I don't read, Henry. Come on.
I'll look it up
Don't go
for
to
you.
French class. Don't read. Don't do any of it. Play video games.
That's the way. We've been kind of pushing that home all evening.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Big
just play
fans.
games. You'll probably be fine.
Always works out. Yeah.
It worked out
Come on,
for
look
us.
at us.
Yeah.
But yeah, check your privilege, Henry. I've had to.
I know.
I latched out
I
on
was
Twitter.
going to make that joke. I thought I can't make that.
Oh, of course you can.
That will definitely be a clip in the making. Out of context
on your
clips.
expose.
Yeah.
It all comes out.
Right. I was like, that's not for me.
Oh, no.
I'll leave that one alone.
All right, yeah, you can let me take the hit. It's fine.
Well, yeah, you can just fight with it. You could use it as a weapon.
Exactly, and speaking of weapons, that's one in Apex's
Nice.
hands. Aggression comes out, Rubino goes down. CT side aggression is lovely to witness.
You could just say it's like satire, to say, oh, it's just something a man would say, you know?
The satire card.
Yeah, exactly.
I never even thought about
Exactly. It's perfect. It all works out. Either way, we'll move on from this derailed train as we'll go back into a 5-on-4. It is Rubino to go down first, so some good signs here from G2. They really are finding it very difficult with the lack of weaponry and no orbs, barely any rifles as Nico commits. He has got smoke in front of him. A player there as well. He'll get one. Can he find the second? He absolutely can. 180 to take one more down, and Snappy bails him out there. Absolutely so. 3 versus 2, and Apex will be hit by the flames and gets a kill for it. It does favour the Brave, and it will find him not 3 quite there, as it is with Modi now in the 1 versus 1 against Body. He's on 12 HP though, not for long. Body deals with him, and G2 steal another round away and send the favour back towards Heroic, and their money still very strong, absolutely so, but still great play from Apex. This is on them hugging on the side. Hi.
And both are flashed as well over by the truck. That's the best part. Nico spins around. He wouldn't have got the other, but his teammate did. But yeah, again, Apex. This guy is the hero currently. Kind of big work being put in by him. We'll see if this continues forward. 2 SMGs this time. It feels it's going from bad to worse to a weird element, but 2 SMGs, one on MBK, one on Mixwell. Got a play towards Unpass. Is he on the boost? I think he might be. No, he's just on the ledge. That's nice though. He got popped up there. S-Tag gets caught by it. Flash goes in. No one going to play off the back of it, but see Kenny really readying himself for this one as, again, players just march into it. Long feels very disjointed from Heroic, but that one lands. Nico does find the scalp of Apex, which does feel like a big, heavy hit at this point. He's been the one who's really done some big lifting for them in some integral rounds.
Well, it will be Body to find a great shot there towards the connector. Modi locking horns with him. It looks like G2 will run over the round. The money won't be broken just yet, so G2 fans shouldn't be celebrating too soon, as Heroic have one more buy available here. So we'll see what they can do with it. 13-8, as you can see, 4 to 5k per player. Just Snappy feeling the burn a little bit more. He'll be down to a Deagle or CZ perhaps. Goes to the CZ for a bit more utility. It is cheaper than the Desert Eagle. 13-8. This is the round which decides the victory for G2. If they can win this one, then G2 might have secured the 2-0. This is the final map of the evening, coming to the final few rounds now. MP9 for MBK. Will he be pushing towards the connector? Time will tell. There is a flashbang towards middle.
Kind of to throw a bit of a ruse in it. It seems they already set up by B. They're doing the flashes towards the usual A play, but I think the plan's been spotted. Someone knows what's happening. I think Body might have seen something, heard something. I don't know what it is, but you can see the nades, the smokes going up. You can see rotations coming in. Kenny already coming over towards the B side. So this looks like it might be a bit of a noticed plan, but that doesn't mean it's not going to work. The flashes come out, but Apex holds on. He takes one with him. Will be any more? Yes, Body now chimes in one. S-Tag up from short, spins around the turret play. Vicious work coming out from Heroic, and it's MBK leaping in literally.
Ooh,
in a 1v2.
Yeah, this could go wrong. It's very unlikely MBK wins this, but if he does, it will be monumental and guarantee the victory, but not going to happen. Nico takes him down, and there we have it. That's a reset. G2 might be in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, they absolutely are. Team Money not going to be in a good spot. They find the first 2 kills there as well, as S-Tag gets his little 90-degree play, takes down Mixwell. That was the kill right there.
To be fair, Mixwell is having an absolute mare this map.
He is.
I think he's on 5 kills maybe?
We'll find out right now. He's on 5 and 17.
Not the dream.
Not what you want from your new
like
player.
big debut,
Yeah,
right? It's like, here we go, boys, I'm here.
Guys, I've dropped 5 frags. That's not gone well. So
No.
it was a trial, guys.
Let's take the T out of his name. You know, it's like, I did not do well.
I'm only joking, of course. Just a bit of fun.
Are you that scared of Reddit now?
I do need to put
are
a
you
message
that
out there.
scared?
I like to put, just so everyone knows, don't take things too
When
literally.
did you get like this?
I don't know.
Was it when people were like, oh, he's so negative?
I think what I've seen recently of this year alone, 2018, I'm a bit worried on the next one.
Oh,
you know, like
okay.
everything seems to be going wrong right now.
It's all falling apart.
I didn't mean it like that. I think what you're thinking of. But I just feel like if you be very careful, you say at least just at the end of the joke, get your laugh, and then say, P.S.
Disclaimer.
Just joking. Disclaimer at the
Gotcha. Yep. You don't want to. Yeah. No examples not needed, Lauren.
No. There's plenty of them.
Double AWP.
Just Google 2018, you'll find it.
Yes.
And it will be 13-10, double AWP set up for sure. Kenny S and Mixwell. Sounds exciting on paper, but I've never really been excited by Mixwell, to be honest. But we'll see what he can do here in this lineup. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be work out for him.
As a disclaimer, Henry's not judging
Just
in
like
that
to put that out there.
aspect.
It is all speculation and observations from myself, and I do not speak for my employers or indeed my peers.
Everything you say must be followed by this statement, but it does again look like Heroic heading towards B, so we'll see if he can really live up or, you know, cut the mustard and do what he can here. But for now, he does find Rubino. That's a nice little first hit to make. Might give away a bit of the game here, allow G2 to get into position, but now it does open up that opportunity for Heroic to change their minds, but they've lost so much ground throughout the map. They have no say towards long, towards toilets, towards underpass. It is the hit. It looks very much like something you'd see out of Astralis, but that is brilliant from Mixwell, staying alive. Perfect positioning. Lines up the next one. Doesn't quite get the one towards Monster, but he sees the shadows. But Nico on a recovery mission. Oh, it's Snappy towards Body. What is going on here? MBK and Kenny S must be scratching their heads, because I am as well. But MBK to find Nico this time. It's just Snappy left in the 1v2. He fights as hard as he can towards MBK. He predicts Kenny S, but the timing is off.
Well, there we go. Wasn't pretty again, but G2 get it done. I thought Mixwell had completely secured the round at that point. He got, what, 3 kills there? He did indeed, 5 to 8. Great shots as well. Don't take anything away from those. They were fantastic. And there will be a timeout from Heroic here. Money might not be great. They did win 1 before the answer came back in from G2. I didn't quite catch their cash. I'd imagine it's hovering around the 3 to 4K mark. See if that's reflected here. But it is the shots of Mixwell. He'd already got 1 at this point. So
there's a Flash player coming up short soon. Oh no, that was a Moddy. Flash should be second. There he is.
Shot, yeah.
I think, he might have got one before that, I think. Or me, I'm not sure.
So G2 up against Heroic, who have taken the pause. I can't see AKs in the back right now, so I'd assume they have gone all in. Like I said, I think between 3 and 4K. I'll have a look as to get in there. So yeah, pretty much exactly that. So S-Tag got 4,000, just waiting to see what he buys. It's not too bad overall. You can see they had 7,500 on Rubina, so he dropped a weapon, but they didn't go for the AWP. Then he compromised his S-Tag with the Galil. So
it's not bad.
They'll just go for a fast B here from what I can tell. I'm going to send 4 players towards that side of the map. Not going to be going straight in. Good nade from Apex. Very good nade.
Dreams are made of, and yeah, the hit towards B, the quick hit, trying to maybe negate that double AWP presence, but Mixwell should be prepared for this. You can see the rotations coming in, but let's stick on board with this man, see what he can do. This time the smokes are good, the Molotovs go in. Not going to be able to get away with as much freedom as before, and now the problems begin. He's going to have to depend on Body, MBK, his teammates to come up with the goods, and now pressure starts to build from Monster, and they are taking over the site. The flash comes out,
he flashed himself.
But it is 2 players now for G2, and they're both the AWPers. The flash is good, as well as the T-side push forward. Kenny S. Can we get some vintage style, that flair, that power? No, we cannot. It's Snappy to keep Heroic right at the door, pulling them back into this.
Money wrecked on this side now. Mixwell, he looked very uncomfortable there. I know we're putting under a microscope this evening. That is going to happen. I'm sorry. I
Can you stop?
Why
are you scared?
I'm not scared. I'm just saying.
Guys, can we be on Henry G's side here? Just send him really supportive messages like, we stand with you, Henry.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for not making a big deal out of this.
No, definitely not.
That's the good thing.
Any disclaimer you need to add on this statement?
No,
or are you good?
That's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, he did very uncomfortable. He was waiting for his teammates coming in, a lot of missed shots, and kind of buckling under the pressure of the execute there. If he gets 1 kill with the AWP like he did before, that would have been fantastic. Not meant to be. Maybe a double eco at this point from G2. Easy Apex down to 750 after finding 1 Deagle. Might even get a kill out of this. Moddy, 1 HP. Wants a connector, down he goes. Could be replication of what we saw in the first half.
Could be. We'll have to wait and see. Good rotations as it seems like there's a chimney going off somewhere from G2. Getting to the right place at the right time. However, can they make it count? Look at where MBK is. This is really nice.
This could actually work out really nicely, you're right. If he does get set up here, they don't check it, but Estag does second guess himself. Okay. And now things become very complicated. We have got Apex coming in on the flank with the Deagle. 4 versus 3 could be anyone's round. Snappy does bring Heroic one step closer to victory here, and it looks like the round should be secure at this point. Body taken down. Apex left in a 3 versus 1, but nothing we can really do about this one. Deagle shots coming in, but bomb planted for the other side. 14-12. G2 had this in the palm of their hand, just couldn't quite grab it, and Apex will just be falling back as he knifes out. He knows his money is wrecked. If he can take this to the next, that'll be fine. He's by a Deagle. They probably are eco next round as well, to be honest. Their money was not fantastic. No. You see 3,600 on Kenny, but the rest of them hovering around the 2K mark. Mixwell's still on 1,400.
Yeah, and focus will have to be the main piece here for G2. Keeping themselves drilled in on this matchup. Can't just kind of fall back on the structure they've known for years. It's a new lineup, it's a new look. And Heroic just doing what they can at this point. They're a team without too much worry in the long run towards it. Unless maybe this is the full roster they want to go for down the line, who knows. But that's beyond the point. Right now, what we know is 14-12. Heroic, back at the door, still plenty of money to repurchase. Moddy's a little low, but he can be dropped out. He is fine, and a pause comes in, Henry. Yeah, because G2 can buy this one. Apex can drop in a FAMAS. Kenny can buy an AWP, and they'll have probably a couple of SMGs, the AWP and the AK. Is it worth it? At this point of the game, I would say probably not. Let's wait till we get absolutely everything. Do a partial buy now with the Deagles, the AK, still a winnable round, right? And then you still have the gun rounds available to you. You still have a bit of a buff. There'll be 14-13, but you still have the upper hand and money. I would say that would be my call, but G2 have their own approach, and they love the force buy, absolutely. And they're known for it. Let's see if they go for it. It's MBK calling at this point. He does have... I don't think they announced their new coach. I assume it'll just be the analyst they had before. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is for that. Smith says step down. They are indeed taking the partial buy. That is the correct call. Happy with that. Mixwell does not buy armor. He wants to make sure he gets the AWP next round. Kenny has with a lot more money than his teammates, who will get kits, smoke, and like I said, this round's still possible for G2. There's not like they're giving up on round number 27. No, certainly not. There's a flashbang coming in. Oh no, this could be so good. The timing, he gets one. 1-for-1 trade, Rubino goes down, Molly stays alive. Mixwell next in line. Can they? Ooh, tag comes in. They're getting quite low here, but you still feel those AKs surely going to pull them through. S-tag towards Mixwell. And they are going for this. Apex still alive, though. That's your man. That's the guy you want to keep your eyes on to a degree. What can he get done here? The bomb's gone, though. They're going to They are off. Yeah. They are off indeed. Off to the races. Yeah. Yeah. But Kenny, yes. Do you believe? I feel like there's a 1D coming. Or a 3D. Almost got there. But it was so close. Damage inflicted. Still be worth it for Apex to go for this, by the way. Absolutely, why not? Can't get it done, but again, worth it. Look at the HP on Nico, S-tag, Moddy. It's all there. Snappy, sure, he can survive this, but I mean, plenty of potential throughout this entire round for them to have one of those upset moments. For Heroic, keeping this many players alive, getting the bomb plant, all obviously great, and that wasn't great. Snappy, the one player who actually had HP, was on the other side of things, so this gets a little bit closer. And we get a little bit more worried. Maybe that threat of overtime begins to linger in the back of G2's minds. 14 rounds, where's that next one going to come from? Might be here. Buy comes in, and they need this to start working. 14-13, round number 28. And we'll see whether G2 can close it out here. They do have the guns available. It was a partial buy before. M4s, AWP. They've got kits. Basic utility, not everyone fully equipped with the incendiaries. Heroic definitely making them sweat a little bit now. G2 to pick up the first map, Inferno. Heroic looking to steal away the second again. They keep doing that. They are a bit of a giant slayer in that respect. They get battered on one map, then answer back with a nice boost as well. Body drops towards the B side. Moddy boosted up, takes him down. Finds his 10th frag of the game. Apex over 24 to his name, looking to add a 25th. He'll push off towards short. He's going to check this corner and find an easy kill. S-tag had no idea that was even possible. Bit of an oversight there from the Heroic boys. Overtime still very likely at this point as well. Looking like this round could be a 14-14. We'll see what happens as 1 minute rings in. The bomb managing to make its way towards the bathrooms. It will be on the back of Nico. Keep in mind what he does this round. Smoke goes in towards long. Kenny's starting to wind this up. He does have MBK with him, but the timing could be awkward, and that's incredibly awkward. Nico strikes so well, doesn't expect Kenny to be there, so when Kenny gets the kill towards Modi, everything gets a bit confused. Oh! Brilliance from Kenny S. That's the play you want to be seeing. Bomb now down. It forces Snappy to make a move right into the fire and the flames. Pick your poison. He picked Mixwell, and that puts G2 towards map point.
Match point, Lauren. We'd love that.
Yeah.
Every game is an individual map. So there we go. AK's available. Money a little bit tight, but still enough for a full buy. There's Kenny S getting it done when he gets this kill as well. This is vintage Kenny S. Up close and personal, no scope. Takes him down, and will be AKs and Nico, no grenades whatsoever. S-Tag pretty much the same. He has one smoke. Kenny S this time towards B, not running the double setup. If Heroic can win this round, it probably goes overtime. But that's not looking likely right now. What a fantastic shot. Rubino goes down. Kenny S bails out. That's a very common play for the top orbits. Get a kill, funnel them towards A, but you're already there, ready and waiting. As Apex pushes up towards short, this is looking very good for G2 now. Looking for that 16-13. MBK, though, with the MP9, close range, could do some damage. All the players with helmets here. Boost for Kenny, as he looks over towards long. I don't see this too often. It used to be a common boost back in the day.
Yeah, stopped being a little in fashion, but now this play from MBK. I'm so curious about this combination between Kenny and MBK here. When the smokes go lining up, Nico finds Kenny. This puts MBK in a really tricky spot. Needs to get this done. He does get Modi, but the follow-up probably unlikely, and it is. S-Tag fights through. Mixwell still on the side, gets checked on. Heroic are fighting as hard as they can for this. Apex to find Nico, but it's still game on. 2v2. Bomb yet to go down. Apex is on the prowl. It's Snappy to find him. Puts the threat to bed as Body falls by the wayside. Heroic are right back at the door here.
They absolutely are. That's money not in a great place now for G2. 1,400 for Mixwell. Just over that for MBK. They have to go all in. Overtime, knocking at our door for the third time this evening. And we'll see if G2 can avoid it. Round number 30. Looking for the bonus rounds here. Modi, 10 kills. Can he do it? He's only got the CZ to work with. UMPs for masses. As we get into potentially the final round, I would say probably not going to happen. There's no AWP available. And G2 could be finding himself in overtime here. And it's going to be 16k MR3. Let's see if it's required.
Seeing Heroic turn up in these gun rounds, starting to really pressure. Good to witness. I'm wondering what they get up to this round. Do they have the fortitude to close this out? They need it. And G2 aren't going to just be pushed aside. Even with those CZs, obviously MBK, Mixwell, lacking a lot. Body as well on the UMP. And plenty of patience here from Heroic. They're not in a particular rush either. If they're going to get to overtime, they're going to get there in their own time. Through underpass they go. At least one player. That's Modi clearing it out. Building their way back towards A. And we're just watching Rubino.
Rubino.
Rubino. Ribena. Oh, can I call him Ribena?
I'd love some Ribena.
So they actually sell it in the supermarket over here.
Ribena.
Oh, that was the best.
Oh.
Destroyed your teeth as a child. Like, I'm pretty sure my childhood teeth just gone like that. That sound. This could be fun, though. Again, positions that are kind of a bit of a throwback to a degree. They work out. What? Okay, trade from Nico. Thank you. I get worried when you start to feel that kind of build happening. Kenny trying to make a position like this work as well. This is really uncomfortable. It's 30 seconds left, Henry.
They're going to check Kenny's position almost certainly, but he might not matter. They'll take the bomb down here. It's back and forth. The scrappy counter-strike continues. Not quite clear who's going to take this one. 20 seconds remaining. No bomb planted yet, but they have got a smoke down towards CT spawn. Mixwell been very underwhelming this map, and it looks like he'll be left up to the 2 versus 1. He's only got the pistol. He has to try and deny this plant. He'll do so. Can he just fade away now? Does he fade away? Snappy, 5 seconds, can't plant now, has to go for the kill. He's going to get it. Mixwell's going to...
Oh, what's he doing?
Oh, he's done it. It's over. How has that happened?
What on earth was that?
They couldn't quite get over the finish line. That overtime looked certain. But it will be Mixwell, who've had a very, very quiet game there, to find them the victory by timing the clock out and then dying. I'm not sure there's a word for that kind of approach. Would you just try and die to win the round? Maybe you can think of a term for it, Lauren. We can work on that.
Call it the dead fish.
Dead fish is right. Just fluttering around, just trying to stay alive, trying to get back in the water.
Yeah, maze.
That was very visual.
Fish.
But like you know, like he's puckering at that moment. Like he's looking at the clock and he's just
he wants oxygen.
Squeezing.
There's tense. There's
Intensity. All right. Thank you so much. That's Henry G and Lauren.
Thank you.
guys got to watch some
guys.
absolutely mad Counter-Strike there.
very weird.
Yeah, we have to analyze it now, so I guess you had the easy job.
Before we get into analyzing it, Alex, I would like everyone to pick a hat. I'm going to give Yanko the first choice. You can either take the beanie.
Can I have...
I said Yanko gets the first choice. Yanko, which hat would you like to wear for the final segment of the day?
I'll do the beanie.
Okay,
It's
look
the
quite good on you.
Least intrusive.
Alex, I will let you pick.
So the thing is I have the largest head here, and I figured
Both
the
of these
beanie
will
would
fit.
have really looked quite
Both of these will
hilarious.
fit your head.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
All right.
I wear this hat all the time. This is the one I wear to walk home. All right. Now, let's nail this last segment. You look like a wizard.
All right, everybody. That's how wizards talk, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's
That
good.
reminds me of...
That's great.
Never mind.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
So we have just watched, and this is the thing. We're here to break this down. We're here to analyze Counter-Strike and provide, deep insight as to where and what the result came to be. However, that was a complete mess.
And Henry was right. Mixwell had a really quiet game, but then to have the clutch moment to win the whole thing there in the end, it kind of,
Floppy fish.
it's okay. But Overpass is a map. As a new player coming in, speaking a completely different language, we're all going to have a rough time, right?
Absolutely.
The spot names, all that kind of stuff. It's not easy on a map like Overpass. The rotations, the protocols I already talk about being in place, something which takes a while to build. Very new to Mixwell. A very rough, scoreline for him. Only 10 kills in total over that entire match. But Apex had a good game, and that's always a highlight for me.
It is, and I mean, he used to be the win condition. We used to outline
Yeah.
him and Kenny. The things have changed, of course, so have rosters. But I can't take myself seriously. But we have to acknowledge that G2 have had 2 days with a roster change and have managed to come up trump with 6
Back-to-back
points.
W's.
That's 6 points that they really could not seem to find when they were playing with Shoxy.
Yeah, didn't get it whole season so far, and also on a complex map like Overpass, another good feat from them. But I think the problem was for Heroic, their city sides were just pretty poor, and I think that's where you feel the absence of Yugi, right? He is that stopping force with the AWP on the CT side, and especially on Inferno on the first map, and even here on Overpass, they just couldn't get much done in those gun rounds.
I really want to build on something the casters were saying a lot there in both of those games, and they were saying it was scrappy Counter-Strike. Now, to put that in context of a matchup you see like this, normally what they're trying to imply is when you get the first kill and then, that second kill, which we're seeing coming a lot of times from either team, and then for the round still to get to an afterplant scenario, or for the opposition to win a 3v5,
Of course.
it seems scrappy because so much is happening in the mid-round and in the afterplant scenario. It's not actually necessarily scrappy. It just looks that way because if you get the opening kill, or you get the opening 2 kills, you normally should be converting. But it just means that other teams are finding the space and they're getting a lot done. Those deaths, sure, they go against them, but they're being able to do a lot with the information that they've been given, or the space that those players who have gone down have been able to buy for them. And post-plant Counter-Strike or mid-round Counter-Strike where you're winning 2v4s, 3v5s, that kind of stuff is actually the most exciting CS.
Yeah,
but
sure.
by a purist perspective, can be seen as a bit scrappy, so I understand that comment.
Yeah, scrappy is going to be the key word. However, notice again, Heroic are starting to establish themselves as, well, having some consistent fraggers. Rubino on both maps has been finding himself 20 plus. He's actually been at the top of the scoreboard this last couple of I was going to say games. I think it's more like months. Every time we actually see a success for Heroic, it's Rubino who's been delivering with an occasional sprinkle from Mr. Nico. That's the Danish Nico and not the one with a C. If we continue to specify when you have so many Nikos that can play Counter-Strike at such a high level. Now, talking of high-level Counter-Strike, North American Pro League is coming up after this one. And just a quick reminder that that's going to be slap bang after this one. They're waiting in the wings to take over. You'll have the likes of Stunner guiding you through, Jason, Harry, Vendetta, Pimp, the whole gang are going to be coming out to play, and you'll be able to see these games in action. In fact, you've got some big ones today. NRG have won 17 of the last 18 games they've played, so do bear that in mind. These guys have been on top form. Cloud9 can prove to be quite the tough task, though. And Liquid versus Luminosity as well.
This is going to be the good old case of a team coming back from a land, traveling for 20 plus hours, and NRG, who is straight fire at the moment. With the Bulgarian Cirque. It's going to get a 2-0 there, Alex.
Absolutely.
Don't
And
touch me.
we did get to see a 2-0 this time over in the G2 camp. We got to see them pick that up over on Overpass just now. And a reminder of how the Stralis did go as well. Couldn't quite close it out. In fact, Hellraisers managed to push them all the way on Overpass. Twice this evening. Hellraisers getting themselves a split series there, and a split series over in Heroic NIP as well. Heroic have been busy today, and they do manage to get themselves just 2 points from all of them.
Have to be happy with that. I know it's not a lot of points, but they're going up against opponents with the stand-in. We've said it time and time again, but good stuff for Heroic. Good showings today, some good matches, and overtime games are always exciting, Alex.
Anyway, I think we should go ahead and tip our hat and say goodbye, adieu. Jolly good, tippy-o, goodbye now, cheerio, and all that stuff.
Incendiary out.